gonna know her. I'm gonna know her.
Hey, and we're live! We're alive! We're here!
Finally, we made it.
We made it! Across the finish line, kicking and screaming.
Oh, let me tell you, it's been a rough road.
Yeah, sure has. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gotta turn down that music. We're streaming on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. Kick, you need to get together. It's just Kick is just on the struggle bus, but that is okay. We're at least live on YouTube. The cool thing with YouTube is, it's just got that video on demand that I mean, I was weighing my options between being on YouTube, going on Kick, and doing and Twitch or Rumble. Rumble's kind of where the extremists go. It's like the island of misfit toys. That's where if people they get canceled or whatever, that's where they go, is they end up on Rumble. And then you get then you get Kick, which is for the really crazy folks that are out there, and Kick's on. Hey, yay, Kick, yay, Kick, yay.
Nice. Very nice.
And then Kick kind of goes crazy, But no, that's the IRL streamers. There's some podcasts that are out there. A really good example is Kino Casino. Shout out to Andy Worski and Triple P. They always make me laugh. But anywho, it's not about anybody else. It's about us for the next hour and a half. I am going to start with you, Ed. People know about me a little bit, so it's time to dump some Ed lore on us. So, you're kind of bracing yourself. Hold on. I got a sound button. All right, hold on. Here we go. Okay, all right. There's your intro. So have at it, my friend.
The beauty about that is I didn't hear one thing about what that did. It only played through your side. So there we go. What was it?
It was the lore. Oh gosh, what's the song?
Something epic.
Yeah, it was something epic. It was something really epic, and it's really have at it. The floor is yours, my friend.
Well, what can I say? I was born in the 80s. My name is Ed Packineau. I'm Native American. I grew up in urban cultural neighborhoods in St. Louis. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go back home here in a couple of days to North Dakota. I like video games, and I've been playing the hell out of Star Citizen lately, just dealing with all the politics inside the game. I have a family. I love them very much, and they annoy me just as much. That's usual for everybody. That's it for now. I guess we'll figure out more as we go.
Yeah. The cool part is you going to North Dakota, and I just came from South Dakota probably about a month ago. So tell me about your trip. What are you doing up there?
Well, originally we had planned on getting up there by next Thursday because I wanted to get my son his tribal ID, but found out that we were able to do that through the mail now. They didn't do that 10 years ago. You had to actually go into the office in Fort Berthold, North Dakota to get that done. Now they're taking, what's the word? Notarized documents and what's the picture? A passport photo. So I sent that in on my son's behalf in his paperwork, and they just sent us new IDs, and I guess now we're just going for fun. There is actually a powwow there. It's called the Little Shell Powwow. We'll be there for that. So we'll get to see all sorts of people dancing and singers and go shopping with the traders. Just that's mainly what we're going to do. We're also going to go try to look up some old family and cemeteries because my ancestors are buried there.
Okay, nice. That sounds like a really fun trip. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Get to go swimming at the hotel. You got to have a nice hotel to go swimming, though. I tell you.
Yeah, you just can't go swimming in any hotel, man. You gotta basically go to the Ritz.
You're gonna love this. So their water supplies back, I don't know what, in the 50s. I guess mainly it was a bunch of well water for some households out there. They're not on like a professional city line. But that well water has got such a sulfuric smell to it that, I was seeing my aunt's shower turning red. And I'm like, God, you guys actually bathe in this? And I guess that's what they had to deal with. I do remember one time seeing my cousin take her clothes and go wear them to shower, and she came out wet in those same clothes. So, protecting your skin, just a bunch of weird stuff. Back then, I guess they didn't really make it a priority by city or state to try to get these people, the same water that all the other cities got to enjoy with their privileges.
Yeah. Gosh, it always seems like there's always iron in the water when you're when you're hopping in the shower. And that's crazy, man. There is one place. So speaking of your tap water and your well water, there is a place in Iowa, and I lived about 20 minutes away, called Manson, and that was where the Manson crater hit. Way back when, like millions of years ago, and it actually hit, and it knocked out all the limestone and everything. So it'll actually as some of the softest tap water on the planet, which is pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose
we like soft water, don't we?
Yeah, soft water's great, man. Yeah,
not like here in Texas where it can eat up your water heater.
Oh, easy. Oh yeah. It can be a little rough here in Tejas. It's not bad. Bad. It's civilization now compared to when I moved here. Well, initially moved to Texas in 2007. There was nothing. The house that I'm sitting in today was not even built yet. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, they hadn't even started developing that area.
No, and I mean, I'm just kind of scared of that because I really liked the green belt that was around Amarillo. When you were out, you're not too far away from the city, but also at the same time, you still have a little bit of country, but now I have a tootin' totem in my backyard. That is crazy to think about. There's not one but two gas stations, and then there's a restaurant right down the road. There's actually not one, two. There's about 3 restaurants out down the road. But yeah, just really crazy how everything's all starting to spring up around here. It's crazy since in my 6 years that I've been back north. So, but I suppose, hey, you talked about Star Citizen. We talked about that the other day. What is some of the intrigue with Star Citizen?
Intrigue. It's mainly an immersive environment. You're playing person, obviously. Mainly, it's just avatar, and you spend a lot of your time in first person. You can go third person view, but it's not a view I prefer in the game. It's just distracting to be able to see in front of you what's there. So I guess they need to work on the angles with that. But you get to go around and you get to own ships and fly them, and each one does like certain things or has advantages, disadvantages. Right now, four versions later, they're still struggling with the power balance of the ships. Shields versus weapons versus missiles versus speed versus slow, and that's some of the main stuff going on because people like to dogfight in that game. But then you've got other people who like to haul items and um, go drill on asteroids and collect material. You can even go catch bounties. Like if you make a mistake in the game and get a crime stat, you can pick up a contract and go after those people. So it's a world where he just wanted to kind of make it where everybody of all sorts of style could play. Unfortunately, though, some people take advantage of it and try to use the bugs in the game to exploit and ruin it for others. So there's a real big problem with that right now.
Yeah, that's a game that's been in development for at least the last 10 years.
I was looking, and I think he started presenting that sucker back in 2012 is what I keep seeing of people saying chatting on Reddit. I haven't pinpointed down, but I do remember there was a video I saw, and if we're in 2955 right now, according to his star date, it looks like 2946 is when he did one of his videos at a PAX East in 2014, I guess. So yeah, dates are kind of off, it seems. But that was the first video I saw of the game where a pilot climbed into a ship. He threw up a helmet and then put it on, literally tossed it like spinning it in the air and puts it on, and the crowd's going nuts because this is just incredible. I guess they've been hearing about the game. Then he gets out there. First thing he does is crash into a. He crashes into the station, and everybody's like, "Dude, really? It's your game." You knew that was there.
This is how you don't play Star Citizen, right?
Exactly, from moment one. But no, yeah, it's been in development for a long time, and we've gone through we're on 4.2.1 right now versions. Alpha, not beta, alpha.
Wow. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, that's I can't imagine developing a game and spending, and you told me this figure the other day, about $800 million. Or more than $800 million.
850, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so much. I mean, we could be. I mean, I think I talked about it's like, man, like you could build a sports stadium, like a major league sports stadium, with that amount of money.
Exactly. I don't know how much it costs to build the stadium here in where we live, but at the same time, it's like I guess they could have done it 2 or 3 times with that amount of money.
Yeah, like with $800 million, you could build an absolute palace. You could probably build the Taj Mahal. But, yeah.
I'd like to live in a Taj Mahal. That would be nice.
Me too. I wouldn't turn down the Taj Mahal, man. I mean, except that it's a mausoleum, for your dead wife. I don't know, that's according.
Keep them close by. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
it's got more. I mean, it's $800 million. If I got to turn it out. Anywho, quick disclaimer: if any, people are wondering why is there no Sweeze? It's just Ed and Tyler today. Well, first of all, Sweeze couldn't make it. He had something pop up on him.
He is MIA.
Yeah, he's a little MIA, and and this is unfiltered. We need something that's good for clips and. Good for, just for around the water cooler, man. This is like missing the first day of school. Like, to me it is. It's like, man, we've been working on this. Like, okay, so here's a little bit of a lore dump. I've wanted to do a podcast for a long time, like probably about 2016, long time. I wanted to do the Liger's Dead, which was just me at first, and then I would just bring people in, like do kind of a like a musical chairs of guests or whatever. And then I kind of inspired my friend, good old Kale Steed. If you're watching, hi Kale, hi. He's probably watching. He's probably getting ready for SummerSlam, and I think there's an indoor football game. But that's why there's video on demand, right? So he started up Press Pass, the Press Pass with Craig Speary, which is a really great radio guy. He does the Happy Sports Network. That's ballooned into a thing. I mean, Press Pass started off as like a podcast where they talk about Texas Panhandle sports. Then it became a website, and now it's like a full-blown media outlet. It's great how much it's blown up the last 6 years. And then around 2020, my dad and I, when I grew up, my dad always, like, when we would go on road trips, he'd tell me these weird stories about, like, anything from, like, aliens to Sasquatch. He was into the conspiracy theory stuff. He was very well read. He would always talk to me about the weirdest things. And I was like, you know what? We could put that on a podcast. We can really have fun with this. And so we started doing it, and we did one way back, like it was about 2020, 2021. Because Dad, I brought up, I was like, hey, Dad, let's do this, like, let's do this podcast. And Dad was thinking, like, you know what? We need to go full-blown Joe Rogan. And he did like a kind of like a sound, like he was a sound engineer in his part-time. He was self-employed, like he operated multiple businesses, but the sound business was where his heart was at. So I was like, I picked the perfect person. I picked a sound engineer to, like, to have this with. And we did one episode, and my cousin was our sound guy. And I might bring Lane on one of these days. Lane's got a good head on his shoulders. He's in the welding program. He does welding. So yeah,
that's good. Yeah, cool.
He's gonna make a lot of money and not have a whole lot of debt, like this guy right here. But yeah, like, but unfortunately, Dad passed away a year later. We could never get around to it. And then probably about last year, Tanner and I started talking about, like, doing a podcast. And then for those that need a little context, Tanner is Sweeze. Sweeze is Tanner. I mean, I interchange them all the time. But yeah, we were talking about it for about a year, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna do it this summer, and then once I get moved back, we'll get going on this. And then and Tanner's gotten busy. He was on a podcast last night. And I mean, it's not ours. I mean, we're a little jealous. It's not ours, but
I know. It's like we were all planned for this, and he's cheating on us.
I know. But he's but yeah, something came up on his end. But the cool thing was like when I moved back, I was like, I'm like Batman. I always have contingency plans, and not to call you a contingency plan, but I was like, I got a really good friend that I riff off of really well, and his name is Ed, and
I'll be expecting that diamond ring in the mail.
Oh yeah, but no, it's great because I brought it up, and I was like, you know what, like, let's bring on a third guy, just in case, like, any one of us has to step away, and here we are. It's you, it's me, and it's YouTube, it's Kick, and we're having a blast. I mean,
and he's here in spirit because I see his picture right on the intro of it.
On the thumbnail. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's around in spirit. One of these days we'll have to meet his dog Sumo, and Sumo got shouted out on a few podcasts because Sumo is a character. He's actually, hold on, let me see if I can find a picture of Sumo without doxing Tanner too badly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, plugged our show, which I'm really excited about. I'm trying to let me see if I can find Sumo Bear. And then
What
the cool
color
thing
is Sumo?
is with our the cool thing is there's Sumo Bear. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can. I'll just save the image just like so. I'm doing this all in real time. This is how we burn.
I say we didn't practice this part, did we?
No, we're winging it, man. We're shooting it off the hip. I mean, we have talking points, but
yeah. Well, I mean, sharing your screen, we didn't practice any of that. Not that you need to at this moment on my iPad.
Yeah,
we'll keep some of that private, but.
Oh yeah, it's good. Hold on, we'll just do this real fast. There we go.
What's that you don't want to know?
Yeah, you don't want to know. Hold on, we're gonna switch over, and then there we go. All right, there's Sumo Bear. Shout out Sumo Dog. And Tanner, be sure to cook that. Yeah, he's a good boy. he's a character though. He loves his WWE title belt. So he is the greatest champion of all time in our hearts and minds. So, yeah.
Right on.
That's that's Sumo Bear, or Sumo Dog is how the other podcasts do it. But I like Sumo Bear better.
We got to make it unique, right?
Yeah, gotta make it unique. But what has been on tap for you as of late? I mean, I know you're getting ready for your trip to North Dakota. What are some other things, some other projects that you've been tinkering away at?
Oh God, that's a bad question to ask me because I've been trying to keep it as simple as possible here lately. Last month, I think spending about 50 grand on redoing my yard with rock instead of grass and fences and plants and just trying to make it more maintenance free. But unfortunately, when the rock came in, it came with a whole bunch of weed seeds too. So I've got to spray all that out. It's just been so that's a project. As far as tinkering personally, nothing really. I'm just being honest. I'm pretty boring as of right now.
You'll have plenty of stories once you get back from North Dakota, right?
Hopefully.
I mean, we could.
If I don't spend all my time in the room.
Yeah, I mean, we could complain about your experience on an Outback, but we'll save that for another
here
day.
You go. I was getting all that out before the stream started. Here you go, bring it up. You do not want me to talk about that right now.
Oh,
I can't talk about it in a way that's. I mean, this is unfiltered, but we're talking about the next step filtered, so I can't do that right now.
It's basically off the chain.
Yeah, off the chain.
Click,
I like
click.
that.
All right, go get him. Yeah,
you try to get me in trouble already where the FCC is going to jump in and sit there going, no, you two can't broadcast anymore because of this guy.
No. Oh, no. I mean, I think what we would talk about, like, TOS wouldn't even worry about us. I think usually when it comes to YouTube, like, they just worry about copyrighted music, and then, and this is just rules for chat. Just be like Bill and Ted, be excellent to one another, and don't say slurs. Otherwise, you get YouTube banned.
Do you have control over what's the adminning the chat, or is there an auto admin, or I don't know how that works?
Oh yeah, I'll go in. Yeah, I'll ban your ass faster than DarkSydePhil bans the word pig roach. So
that'll work.
Yeah,
you've got the hammer.
But I've had a busy stretch. I went around and took photos at several volleyball practices. Don't get the wrong idea. It's just part of the normie job that I do. Just went around.
You're a hell of a journalist.
Yeah. While Kale went around and visited with coaches and got video, I went around, snapped photos, and I don't have like the nice camera I used to. Like, so I had to improvise, and Yeah, like it's rough. I mean, South Dakota was really rough on my camera equipment. Really rough. Like my 70 to 200, like fogged over. I mean, that was a pain, and way too much to fix. Another one is what's another one? Oh, I had a smaller lens. It was a 28 to 70, and I was shooting at state wrestling, and I drop it, and it just does.
Oh.
And there was like
Ouch.
like a kind of like a wrestling mom, or somebody that was like their a wrestling club's photographer or what have you, and she was like, I am so sorry. And I told her, I was like, it's not your fault. It's my fault for having butterfingers. So yeah, that sucked. That was no good.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to plug in the power supply here because this thing is draining pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Let's fix that if we can. There we go. Show me a little lightning bolt. But it says
Show
not
you
charging,
the bolt.
so that obviously doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
If you pardon me for a sec.
Yep. I got you. Anywho, I'm gonna hold down the fort for just a little bit. Anywho, we do have a disclaimer. Do have a quick disclaimer, but yeah, Ed stepped away for just a second. I'm hanging on by myself. First of all, the views expressed by us, Ed, myself, Sweeze, and our guests. Yes, we will have guests. The views and opinions are they don't necessarily reflect the people we work for or the organizations we work with or for. Pick your poison. The content within Unfiltered is for entertainment purposes only, and we don't constitute but we'll of course, one of my friends pops in and he's like, I was going to check out your podcast. I'm going to let this pass. Okay. All right. Hey, you do you, man. But yeah, what we say is for entertainment purposes only. It doesn't constitute professional advice. Hey, we have life advice, but take it with a grain of salt. Everybody's different. Experiences are different. We're not about being accurate or complete about anything. We're just guys with microphones and just shooting the breeze for like an hour and a half. Anywho, there will be guests. Since there will be guests, and there we go. Are you back on? Let me get you. Yep. Okay, okay. I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I can't hear you, my friend. Hey, what is a podcast without a little bit of what is a podcast or a live stream without a little bit of scuff in there, right? Yeah, it's no biggie. Ed's gonna, take care of his side. I'm just holding down the fort. I'm just waiting for you, my friend. Okay, all right. Okay. I still don't hear you. Hold on, guy. Hold on. It's just me talking. Just me. Hold on. Let me see if I can. There you go.
Check.
You're good.
There you go. You're good.
All right.
I can hear myself.
I can hear myself.
We're back to that again?
Yep, we're back to that again.
We're back to that again.
Yeah, that's what part of the thing with the headphones was helping to prevent, I guess.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
You okay now?
no. I can still hear myself.
I can still hear myself.
if you want, unfortunately, we'll lose the video feed, but I don't know. I can try to connect back to you through the computer and then just use my microphone back. We were having issues with that too, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
not exactly something we ironed out.
Let's see.
Hold on. Let me.
Yep.
Yep.
Got what I needed there. Properties.
So while you're doing that, I guess I'll just pick something in the dark. Wrestling. We were, you said we talk about that, and
It's SummerSlam this weekend.
SummerSlam this weekend, and we just suffered a major historical loss here within the past week with Hulk Hogan, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have
to live with
hearing myself.
But
Hogan has a complicated
Hogan has a
legacy.
complicated legacy.
Yeah, I know that's not easy to work with, is it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Wow. Sorry, everybody. We'll get it together.
Yeah.
It's
the first episode, first season. You're gonna get scuffed. Hold on, let me see. I got an idea. There we go. All right. Now, I mean, I got you muted, but I might just have to play telephone. But Hogan's got a complicated history, and the thing with Hogan is, I think a lot of people wouldn't be into pro wrestling or be fans of professional wrestling if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. Now, he's had his fair share of controversies. There's the steroid abuse scandal of the 90s. There was, Hogan Knows Best. There was, his run in TNA/Impact Wrestling. I mean, it's TNA now, but that his really it's complicated, but it's very. I mean, he's probably on the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling. People were inspired by not only Hogan, but inspired by Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock or The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and everybody. I mean, anybody is human. Everybody makes mistakes. And the cool thing is the wrestling world didn't really crap all over, it was one of their own. Sometimes you don't realize what you got until it's gone. And that's something that we always have to keep in mind. So let me see if you're back. Let me see if you're back. Oh, I still hear the echo.
Yeah, the downside is that this thing is it took away my option for headphones on the audio output destination, so I'm like, okay, well, that's not right. Even though it's making clicking sounds when I try to use it. So it's plugged in, it's got power for the headphones, it's just not registering in this program.
Okay.
So that's part of the problem.
A little bit of scuff.
Right.
Anywho, you brought up Hogan. Now it's your turn.
Uh-oh, no. Yeah, my fault. No. Hulkamania 4, that's the first video I watched when I was a kid. My mom took me to the VHS rental at a store. It was Deerberg's, called Deerberg's in St. Louis. So I think that was produced in 1989, and I probably got to it about that year or a little later. And I just remember being enthralled with the way he wrestled, the way he spoke, everything. He was literally, because he was the face of the WWF, he carried all that, and I recognized it instantly. I'm sitting there going, who is this guy? He's awesome. And so over the years, when you got to watch him wrestle and talk, and his, what was it, the 24-inch pythons, his muscles, and talk about take your vitamins, say your prayers. I'm sitting there listening to all this, and I'm going, God, this guy is so cool. So he, growing up, he was really a hero, and I really respected him in the wrestling. I didn't, in his personal life, of course, I know he's done some things, and everybody each to their own, but um, in those instances, I don't condone what he did, but I don't try to use it against him either personally nor politically. So I just kind of look at him and go, well, he made a mistake. He's human, and he made like a couple of mistakes, not ongoing. So I'm like, yeah, let's just get past it and just go, he's my hero. He died my hero, and that's it.
So I got to ask, if you could have, I mean, and basically, condolences out to the friends and family. You speak no ill of the dead. That's just what I've been taught, and I pretty much boast that I was raised right. So that's just what I do. But I think a question I got, and I'm going to divert a little bit, is since we got this podcast. I mean, yeah, right now we got a little bit of scuffing going on, and what is a live stream without a little bit of scuff? But now that we got this podcast going, and it is weekly, it is 2 p.m. Sundays, and then it's going to be, when Ed's gone, Sweeze will either join me or I'll have a guest, and guests are always fun to have. So I'm kind of meandering my way to the question. And, Ed, you can make fun of me for it later, but since we got this podcast going and we could you could reach out, we could at least reach out and get any guest you'd like. What guest would you like to bring on? Who, if we're shooting for the stars, I mean, anybody who's anybody, who would you love to see on a podcast with us?
Carmen Electra, of course. Yeah, Carmen Electra. Who else? As of late, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He would be fun. Insane Clown Posse. I've been watching their interviews and podcasts they do. Oh my God, they are hilarious, and they're entertaining, and they're real about what they do. And so I like to cover the spectrum from movie stars to wrestlers to musicians. Why not? And that's just a couple of them.
Nice. Heck yeah.
All right, I got a laundry list. Are you here for it? Okay, you're shaking your head yes. You're telling me yes. You're giving me the thumbs up. All right. I got a few in mind. First of all, I like to bring on my friends. Ed, you're in that group too. Yeah, wipe the sweat off the brow. I'd love to bring on my friend Kale. Kale will be lined up to jump on one of these days. That might be one where Ed, you can either sit in on, or you could take a Sunday off, because it's probably mostly going to be all sports ball. So, okay. I got a few other friends. I got Rick Elsey. I'm really excited to bring him on, especially to talk wrestling. The guy does, the cool thing with Rick, I think he's one of the best bookers out there who is not on television. He, a lot of people praise like Gabe Sapolsky, and to give context, for those at home, I know like the internet wrestling crowd will know, but I'm just filling in for Ed. Gabe Sapolsky is a well-known, well-respected booker / promoter for several East Coast wrestling companies, independent wrestling companies. He's done work with Ring of Honor. He presides over Evolve, which feeds into WWE. Like there's Evolve, and then there's NXT, and then there's WWE. And then he's done Dragon Gate USA. I've actually met Gabe. Gabe's a super duper nice guy. But Rick is on that level. He's just out in West Texas. And I mean, if he was in New York, I mean, he would be in the business right now. He'd be like a producer somewhere. He is a bit of a producer, but I love bringing in Rick to talk about wrestling and his take on things. He's also a big comic book fan. He's a big film buff. He's into toys, which is interesting. So Ed, you could you'll be able to keep up with him, especially when it comes to like toys and stuff. I mean, he's not big into video games. He's old school video games, but yeah, he'd be way old school video games. But those are two like I know right off the bat, and then I got some VTubers in mind. I'll name drop them. Why not? The dream VTubers I'd love to get on would be Mari _EN. Mari, she talks really slow. She's very meticulous. But she is a goldfish princess. But she is Okay, all right. Let's do this real quick. All right, hold on. I'll show you a picture, and I know anime girl on the internet, but _EN, and do that, and we'll do this. She hasn't had. Let's see. I know this is hard. This is hard. Actually, why don't I just do YouTube and find a clip? What am I thinking? Okay, all right. Are you waving? Okay, hold on. Okay, I got you.
I was gonna say, while you're doing that, so a goldfish princess, I'm afraid to ask. Does she literally wear the outfit and go cosplay in this? No? No, I didn't know. You said that. I'm like, okay, well, the picture better explain all.
Hold on.
So I couldn't hear that and not make a comment.
I'm trying to find a really good... All right.
Come on, boss man, you got this.
I know. It takes me a second.
Man.
It doesn't work. Okay.
Oh.
I know.
No.
Let's see.
I was hoping to find
like a greatest hits.
So she's a musician, is that what you had said?
No.
No, just greatest hits like her on the internet. Got it. Oh, well. Not like other Twitch streamers I know, you can sit there and type in their name and you get 1,000 pictures of them.
We'll go here.
Also, for all of you guys who came to watch me and Fillion yesterday, thank you. And I gotta show off my cool nails. But between you guys and me, they're just press-on nails. I didn't go out and get them done, because I didn't want to spend money on nails. How much would it cost for real to get your nails done? Usually to get, like, fancy nails, like,
you must be doing
when I have... I don't know, do you guys really want to know how much it costs to get nails like that? It's, like, around, like, $110 to $140, which is why I don't get them done frequently. How long do these nails last? I think they lasted a little over a month until I forcibly took them off. So, I mean... when you think about it, it's a pretty good deal if you have them on for that
Who, me?
long.
Oh, you're wanting me to talk.
$1,200 a year on nails. That's not how that works. I've only ever spent that much on nails that singular time. How does it feel when you scratch your junk with those?
What do you do with that?
I get asked this.
Who else you got? What other names?
Okay, hold on. All right. There's Mari Mari. Okay, all right. There's a lot more to Mari Mari than just that clip. So, first of all, big shout out to Pika Paka Poco for the clip. Although it was kind of a nothing burger for me. No offense to Mari Mari, but do you realize how slow she talks? She's very slow, and people make fun of her for it. But I think one of my favorite things is she has a little saying that she does, and and now it's become an in joke between me and Kale, and because on the way down to McKinney for football media day for the Lone Star conference, I was like, okay, my name is Tyler Liger. I love trucking, I love fucking, and I love cranking my hog. Yeah. You know, that is going to be totally clipped out of context. Oh, man.
Man, you went there. That's you went there.
Dude, that's why it's called Unfiltered, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, as of the moment, you're having to click and unclick that mute button. Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm having to do.
That's what I'm having to do.
Wow. I'm going to have a sign to say, talk time.
That's a thing.
I'll tell you what, though, after this podcast, after we wrap it up, we're going to nip this in the bud once and for all on the computer because I want to get that working. Please.
I sound like a dying cat anyways, so... No, I don't sound like a dying cat. Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate the stamp of approval. But yeah, Mari Mari would be a big one. I think I can get Mari Mari. One I really want to get on, especially around WrestleMania time. Her name is Cleo. She's from Australia. She was a former athlete, good athlete at that, and then she once upon a time she got into professional wrestling. She trained, and then she got dropped on her head, and she was like, okay, never again. It's kind of like the same thing that happened to me. And then she was also like a journalist at one time, and then she taught in colleges. So yeah, really cool deal to talk about. Talk about wrestling. But okay. Hopefully it's not too bad. There we go. That's what she looks like. I know. Talking to anime girls on the internet. I don't know. It's a bad rabbit hole to get down to. Don't do it because I did it. But yeah. It's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'm on the internet
too much.
Too much and too long.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I'm a little more modest. I'm very modest about who I want. Another one I would love to bring on would be the Kino Casino, to do an Unfiltered Kino Casino crossover. I really think I've really been digging their work as of late. What they do is they make fun of internet people. That's kind of what they do. So they really make fun of they've been really attacking a YouTuber called Some Ordinary Gamers, old Mudahar. And Mudahar he got big because he commented on just about everything and anything, did gaming streams, you name it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got an idea to see if we can kind of fix this as we're going here, so I'll be back, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
Anywho, I'm holding down the fort again. All right. So, those who haven't noticed it, yeah, old Mudahar got in trouble. Supposedly a scam. Like, he was telling people that he was a computer engineer, and that was kind of all a farce. You know, whatever you do on the internet, just don't lie. That's just some fatherly advice from you to me, or from me to you, is don't lie on the internet. Try not to do too much that's going to get you in trouble. Because any little thing, like if you you say slurs, that's why I swear like a Puritan most of the time. But for the most part, it's just don't do it. Just try to be. I mean, not everybody's gonna be perfect. You're gonna make mishaps. You're gonna make mistakes. But my big thing is just try not to just treat everybody well. You don't have to. I was like, be thankful for the fans that you have, and then be honest. The internet appreciates honesty. It appreciates when people be like, oh, hey, like I made a mistake, or I did this and it's not right. And you got to be sincere when you make those mishaps. Or have a really good PR team, but even then, like, people like it when you're genuine. People like it when you're real. I mean, even the scuff. I mean, the scuff is real. Who doesn't deal with scuff? I mean, we dealt with scuff. Where I was, I was muting Ed, left and right. But it's just so like you didn't hear like an echo, and and hear me twice. But Ed will get it figured out. Ed's a very smart guy. He's very smart. But anywho, like other guests, so Mari would be a good one. The talk lolcows probably with Mari would be neat. Another one I'm going to shout out is going to be PWR World. He was a former fan of DarkSydePhil, and I mean, I need to get the hell. I mean, stay away from DarkSydePhil. That dude, all he does is beg for money, and he's ungrateful for his audience, and he treats people like crap because it's Phil's world and everybody else lives in it. There's a lot of people out there that are like that just don't have the internet presence like Phil does. But PWR World, he's a former DSP fan. He is a different cat, but he's from Canada. He was most well known for arguing with his mom because his mom wouldn't buy him Burger King. But he's been doing a lot better. He's been picking up a lot of fans and support just because he's honest. He rewards his fans. He does little call-ins, and people come on, and some people try to troll him and everything, but most people are pretty chill. That's the nice thing. So look at me. We're almost an hour in. This isn't too bad. Is it time for the Tyler Liger lore, or do we want to wait until Ed gets back? You know what? I'm holding down the fort. Let's just get it done. Let's just get it done over with. Okay, so quick introduction for B, and I'm gonna slide myself over just to be front and center. There we go. Yeah, I can do this in real time. How cool is that? So my name is Tyler Anderson. I am known as Tyler Liger. I know in future generations they'll do a documentary and they'll be like, yeah, they'll like look at this dude being in just a goofy dude. But I'm originally from Iowa, so I talk about Iowa a lot. I've lived in Texas for 11 years. I went back up to Iowa, worked up in Iowa for about 5 years, and then I went over and spent a year in South Dakota. I was sports editor of various media outlets in Iowa, and I was the sports editor of the Rapid City Journal, and then I came back to Texas and just to be closer with family, be able to have more flexibility to go visit family, go see friends, spend more time with family more than anything. And like I'm into things like I have a little like teeny tiny bits of knowledge in just about everything from like sports ball to internet culture to memes to to VTubers. I've really dived down that rabbit hole. I've dived down the lolcow rabbit hole. I think before I got on here, it was DarkSydePhil, and I was watching like That Being Said, which has a pretty good audience, believe it or not. Like I get in a whole bunch of different stuff. I just tell people I just write and take pictures at the end of the day. I enjoy like graphic design. I enjoy little things. I'm always willing to get better at things. That's me in a nutshell. There'll be more Tyler lore that'll be dumped over the years, or dumped over the episodes. I'm not one to boast or anything. I'm just a guy that, just wants to be like, oh, hey, like, just pay my bills, and I just want to pay my bills. I just want to just be able to enjoy life a little bit, and then just do the things I love. So, and this is one of them. The podcast was something I've wanted to do for a long time, and here I am. So that's me in a nutshell. I'm sure, there'll be some regulars I'll pop in. I mean, there'll be Craig. Craig always pops in, man. Craig will probably be in the chat, and he'll like, and Craig's my friend. He's been my friend since like, oh gosh, he's been my friend since way back in the day. And there we go.
That.
Okay, I hear you. But I still, okay, I'm it's a lot better.
How's that?
Now. It's a lot better now. Oh, by the way, shout out Craig Schultz.
Right now my camera's not working yet, so I'm gonna get that going. Camera 1. Yes, allow. And close settings. And this is the MacBook. This is what we should have used from the beginning. So
okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. It's all good.
At least we got it working. We're not echoing now.
Yeah. That way we can get back in our element, and then I can do Mari stuff. We can talk more Mari or Cleo.
This is gonna become an inside joke, isn't it?
Oh, trucking, fucking, and cranking my hog.
No, Mari, everything. What? Don't pull a Mari.
Yeah, don't.
No,
I mean,
I don't know
okay, so
if she wants to become a meme, but
I mean, I think she'll laugh at it. I don't know. Who knows?
Wow. For a MacBook, this computer camera is awfully grainy.
Is it?
To me, it looks like that way. What about to you? Does it look HD?
I don't see it just yet.
Camera's not broadcasting for you?
Not yet.
Weird. iPhone camera. Really? Screen share. iPhone desk camera view. FaceTime. HD camera built in. Oh man. Too many cameras.
Way too many.
Let's see. That's from the iPhone, probably. Oh yeah. Yeah. See, iPhone.
Oh, there you go. All right.
But when I use the built-in one in the desk, the camera's on. And I don't know if it's broadcasting to you or not.
No, and it's kind of it's rough looking.
Oh, so it did come up finally.
It did come up on video. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, hold on. I'll do something really quick.
We'll just have to go with that and deal with it for now.
Okay, so to viewers, okay, volume's low. Okay, Craig. Thank you, Craig. We appreciate you, man.
Checka.
Yeah. I just have the settings too low because sometimes I yell and scream into a mic. Okay. Let's see. All right, now we can do.
Is this a thing you're fixing on me or yourself?
Yep, I'm fixing on my end.
Gotcha.
Yep. There you go. All right, you're back.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Yay! We're so back, man.
With a camera like this, it's like looking at myself on a webcam back in 1997. That's what's funny.
It's okay.
And this is a 2021 MacBook Pro, so
Is
that
it?
tells you anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's the. I don't know. It's this video ninja stuff was not made to be easy, apparently.
No, it's not. It's not. Plus, I mean, like it's episode 1. We're gonna have our scuffs.
Episode 1, Revenge of the
Scuff.
Scuff. There we go.
The Scuff.
I was trying not to say the movie name.
Oh. The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If you look back in retrospect, like the Phantom Menace isn't really that bad compared to the sequel trilogy. I know. I mean, really lukewarm take, but
Right.
yeah, I was not a big fan of. Like when I watched like the sequel trilogy, there's a reason why like George Lucas like directed or at least had a heavy hand in like the whole Star Wars franchise leading up to like the Force Awakens. Everything has a everything has a theme, everything has an aesthetic, everything has a look. And then like you get into the sequels, like everything kind of gets really schizo. So
Yeah. Well, we're talking about the other 6 movies after the original 3, right? Or are you talking about 1 through 6 was fine and 7, 8, 9 was kind of schizo?
Yeah. So like 1 through, I mean, like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then A New Hope. Well, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So up to that, the first 6 films. Yeah, I know. How did I remember that? So like the funny part is with oh gosh, with Star Wars is like my dad was big into Star Wars, so he'd take me to like all the Star Wars films because they re-released them in the 90s. So they released them in the 90s, and then they released them in the 90s, and they like re-released them in theaters before they did before they did the prequels. So yeah, like that's how I know all the titles and everything, but. Not as big of a fan of Star Wars as I used to be, man.
No, and you're right. It was 7, 8, 9. That was written by produced and written by much different cast of characters. You know, Disney, and you know, I'm not going to go down the political side of Disney and their involvement in all these movies. But the one thing I can tell you is you can tell the difference in the way they present a story. That it definitely wasn't George Lucas at the helm.
No.
Not at all.
But then again, when you can sell your franchise for billions of dollars, you got it made. I mean, you don't care anymore.
I just saw a picture today. It's Mark Hamill sitting next to George Lucas, and he goes, "You shouldn't have sold it, should you?" And George has got a bubble that says, No.
Oh. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I reserve my thoughts on that. I mean, I'll just say that they sucked. And Star Wars hasn't been the same. I can't get into Star Wars anymore. Like, there's so much other lore. I mean, if you would have just done like if you would have just done the original trilogy, just the original, I would have been like, hey, one of the best trilogies ever. You know, great story. It had an arc. It had themes. Great iconic characters. You know, if you told like maybe like an 8-year-old me like Star Wars is gonna have like a prequel trilogy, a sequel trilogy, and all these like side films and side. Like 8-year-old me would look at you really like he'd look at you like you're from another planet.
Right.
So like that's why I just
in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, no kidding, man. It's just
long time ago.
You know, it's not the same. You know, and what's crazy is I've become more of a fan of Star Trek. Yeah, like
Strange New Worlds. I'm digging that series.
Strange New Worlds is okay. I haven't seen the new season. I did enjoy the previous season where they did the crossover with Lower Decks. I thought that was very smart.
The musical episode was great too.
I'm not big on musicals, so
I loved it. Especially the one where she's getting ready to say goodbye to Spock. I forget her name. The blonde nurse assistant.
Oh, Chapel, wasn't it?
Nurse Chapel.
Yeah, Nurse Chapel.
She's in there getting ready to leave. That was such a, if I may, a sexy rendition of how that got presented.
A la Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday.
Yep, hot damn.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Yeah.
Hubba hubba.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I was a next gen guy. I mean, you know, I got to talk to Mom about Star Trek because she was into Star Trek too, but she was like, yeah, like what? Kirk was her captain. Where I was like, nah, man, Picard. Picard is like this like cold, distant man, but you know, but he had a lot of friends, you know.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
Yeah, and engage.
He did say that, didn't he, at the end?
Number one, engage.
Well, time for a Star Trek joke. You ready?
I'm ready.
What did Mr. Spock find in the toilet?
I mean, it's not shit, is it?
Captain's log.
Captain's log.
There you
Captain's
go.
log.
That's-
Star date 1119999 something.
0.3.
Yep, 0.3. There's always like a weird, I don't know. There has to be some sort of nomenclature or some way of doing the star dates, like especially when you're doing captain's logs.
Right.
But yeah, okay, yeah. Gosh, yeah. I was an X-Gen guy. Craig, who's lingering in the chat, he's a Cisco guy. He's big on Captain Cisco.
Nice.
Yeah. He, you know, people be like, "Oh, Kirk, no, Picard," or you know, whoever, and he's like, "Dude, no, Cisco. Cisco's the best." Well, and then there's isn't there Greenway, Janeway for
Jane.
Yeah.
Janeway. Catherine Janeway.
Yeah.
Voyager.
For Voyager.
Yep.
Yeah, that's. And then you had what was it, Archer for Enterprise?
Yes.
Was it Archer?
Captain Archer.
Archer?
Wow.
Or am I
love
thinking
that series.
Robotech? I'm probably thinking
No,
Robotech.
you're right. No, you're right. It's Archer. I just can't remember his first name at the moment.
Okay.
Captain Archer. Captain. It's not coming to me.
Okay. Now I gotta go. I gotta do a Google search now.
Sam Beckett from Quantum Leap. Why not?
Yeah, I love that scene in Quantum Leap where he goes back and he's like, "Am I retarded?" And then he looks and he's a Down syndrome kid. And they're,
yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Jimmy. Yeah, the Moose T-shirt. I remember that.
Am I retarded?
Oh, that broke my heart to that episode.
Yeah, it's a sad one. It's a very sad episode.
And they had 2 episodes with Jimmy and the brother, because when he went to go, for some reason he got pulled again in like season 4 or 5 to go back and see his brother again as Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Good old Quantum Leap. Oh, and by the way, Jonathan Archer.
Jonathan, that's the name I couldn't pull. Yeah, Jonathan.
So there is a okay. So I'll throw some Robotech lore on you. I know, me and my Robotech lore. Craig will attest. He will attest to it. He'll be like, yeah, Tyler and his Robotech man. But there is a Jack Archer in Robotech, and he is in the game, like Robotech Battle Cry. I think that's what it's called, Robotech Battle Cry. Robotech Battle. I think that's the game. And then the protagonist is Jack Archer, and he is voiced by Cam Clark. So like Leonardo, Liquid Snake, you know, all the favorites. He voiced in Robotech. He did Max Sterling. So like in the game, he voices Jack Archer. And yeah, Jack Archer is probably one of my favorites, even though he was just a video game character.
Right. Yeah, I've got some BattleTech. Well, I say some. I've got quite a collection of BattleTech minis and tanks and jeeps and ground vehicles and hovering vehicles and like air vehicles. I guess I got to have you over and show it to you sometime. I got rule books, so maybe we can even play. You know, I had a buddy who was supposed to be playing with me, and he gets me to buy all this stuff, and then he's like, "Well, I got to work," and I'm thinking, "No, it's Rob, as a matter of fact. You know exactly what I'm talking about."
Oh yeah, good old Rob.
So yeah, he got me roped in, and then I go and spend, you know, about $1,000 on this stuff, just because it was neat to get a lot of it, and they did different things with their abilities. No Rob, disappeared. I'm like, come on.
Oh no. Okay, so to give us context, you got to share us some of your favorite Rob stories. Hey, I will. You give me Rob stories. I will trade you Ray stories.
So, stories or bitch and complaints? Which one do you want? Because there's going to be more of one than the other.
Oh, I'm fine with either or, honestly.
All right. Well, he and I just went to back in October, and I haven't really seen him since. And there's a reason for this. But back in October, he and I took a trip to Denver. We were going up there to that Micro something, that computer
Micro
store
Center
that they have there. Micro Center, that's it. And I'd been there a year or so before with my mom, and it was pretty cool to be in that shop. I got some stuff that you can't normally find anywhere else for that good of a price. I got a $30 paper shredder that is running strong to this day. So Microtech does have good stuff as far as I'm concerned, or at least they sell good stuff.
Shout out Micro Center. Be sure to sponsor us whenever you see us.
Right. And as far as I'm concerned, though, when Rob and I are getting ready for this trip, I told him, I said, okay, what are we doing? He says, well, I want to take my computer desktop from my house to Denver to go get parts and work on it. I said, okay. Unfortunately, he lives in a small home, poor ventilation, 4 dogs that probably, if this was all kids, CPS would have done taking them away. It's just it's a small house. It's not meant for all that, you know. And so he brings this computer out to my car, and the first thing that happens, as soon as he sets it down in my car, a dust bunny literally falls off the top of the computer into my car. And I had asked him to clean this computer. Are you sure you want me to keep going? Because this is kind of...
Keep going. It's good.
All right. Well, if I get in trouble with him, I'm going to say he egged me on. But...
Rob will forgive me.
So,
he likes me anyways.
Well, yeah, you can deal with them. So I tell him, I say, get inside your house and go get a trash bag. Go get a trash bag. And
put your computer in the
that's
trash
where
bag.
your computer's going in the trash bag. Because, I mean, literally, there's just dirt, not just dust and dirt inside this damn thing and on top of it. And I'm like, the least he could have done was at least wiped it down to get it there. But no, that was too much trouble. So he goes inside to get this trash bag, and for some reason it took him like 3 or 4 minutes. I'm sitting there holding this, I don't know, 40, 50 pound desktop. It's tall, heavy son of a gun. And I'm bending down, holding it with my fingertips, trying to just keep my balance and hold on to it. Yeah, it's getting exhausting. Finally, I said, screw it. So there is a dumpster in his alley. And I walk over to it. And simply with the rubber feet, I set this damn thing up on top of the dumpster. And I'm holding it in place and, making sure it doesn't fall. Well, he comes walking out with this trash can. He looks at me, he goes, I wish you hadn't done that. I really wish you hadn't done that, just in that voice tone. And I'm thinking, what? So I guess he got upset that his computer was sitting on top of a trash dumpster, but I'm thinking, given its current condition, ... was not kosher or anything. So anyway, I'm like, screw it. So we get this into the bag and we take off. And what was it, a 5-hour trip? So we're talking, and I'm sitting there asking him, how could you vote for anybody? Voting was a big part of the conversation. I said, it wasn't, I don't care who he voted for, but the fact that he didn't even look at the news to hear or see the things that one of the people were doing, and then decided to vote based on that, I'm going, so you voted without even being informed. It's bad enough when people vote for things that are off. It's even worse when you vote for something and you have zero clue about what's going on. So I don't care what people think about my political views. What I do know is that I am informed, and I don't make decisions without being informed. So that was a big part of the deal. And I'm like, how could you? I'm like, why would you even do that? So moving past that, we finally get into town, and he brings this computer in and his bag of his stuff, and it's almost like his whole entire collection just vomited all over the room. Meanwhile, here's me with my big suitcase keeping it in the corner. Here's me with my clothing keeping it by my suitcase. Here's me with my shoes keeping it at the front of the door of the hotel room. We're staying in a nice Drury Inn. And closet and hanging up stuff. I can't stand a pack rat, and so when I go somewhere, it needs to be organized and cleaned up. And I'm not talking white glove inspection, but I'm saying at least so it's comfortable. I don't look around and go, Jesus. Basically, he brought his home environment to the hotel room, and I was like, ugh. I was disgusted. So we're in town for 3 or 4 days. This all going on, and there was even one time I had to go down to the front office and ask to borrow a vacuum cleaner because he starts working on that computer. Like I said, what did I say it was full of? Dirt. Oh. So he's moving this damn thing. He's taking off the glass, blah, blah, and all this shit is just falling onto the ground. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm walking in here. It's not staying. So that's why I had to go to the... Eventually, something happened and like his motherboard fried while we're in town. And so he had to replace that. He got the deal of a lifetime, like a $500 motherboard. He got it for like $60 or $90.
Really?
Just,
wow.
We went in there and
Did
told
they
them.
take pity on him?
No, I think it was that he said we used the power supply that you guys recommended, which is a Micro Center brand power supply.
Yeah.
And that bricked the computer.
Oh.
And it did. He didn't touch any metal, none of that. No shocks, surprisingly. But that's what did it, because I watched it happen. So I'm backing him up, and they're like, well, my manager said we'll sell you the motherboard for this much. So he got a brand new motherboard for dirt cheap. So good for him on that. But when he got that sucker out of there, I'm in there with Q-tips and alcohol wipes, getting all the dirt out of his desktop as much as I can, because I'm like, if this sucker's going back with us, it's not riding like this.
Yeah, just imagine like the alcohol wipes, like just all the dirt you're pulling up. It's like, oh, brother, I don't want it.
it was horrible. And even the keyboard, you know, pulling it out of his little bag and the mouse and everything, I'm having to clean all that because it's just caked in dust. And I looked at him, I said, I asked you to clean this. He said, I didn't have time.
You always have time. If you can't
He
find the
did,
time,
he
you got to
did.
make the time.
Make the time, and if you can't make the time, leave the fucking dirty thing at home. So, there, you finally got me to cuss. Here, congratulations.
Hey, no problem. Hey, I mean, it's not going to be the first time. It's not going to be the last time, right?
Well, no, YouTube's going to go, you can
No,
demonetize us. Screw
YouTube doesn't get mad. I mean, you just got to save yourself from cussing within like the first 30 seconds of a video. Yeah, I know.
Well, I can do that standing on my head, but, you
Yeah.
know, whatever. Anyway, long story short, we finally get back at it. Oh, no, there was one more incident, and it just put the icing on the cake for
Do
me.
it. Jump into it.
We're on the way back,
I'm
and
making you on, man.
there's this long ass highway that goes through the mountains, and eventually ends up crossing with this highway, which you jump on basically, and it brings you all the way back to 87 here. And so we stop at this gas station, go take a bathroom break, and wind's blowing, right? You can feel it. The wind is blowing, and you can see the dirt getting picked up by the wind and blown across the road. It's intermittent, but it's enough to be like, okay, be careful. So I get in my car, everything's fine. He starts to get in the car. He gets in the back seat, and he opens the door to do something. I don't care what he was doing. But he's sitting there holding it open. This dirt just blows past him. He's sitting there just standing there, and I'm like, all this dirt is blowing into my car. Oh, I got mad. I was madder than hell. And so I didn't talk to him for the rest of the way back. I was like, I'm finished. He gets in the car, we leave, and the first thing I did was take my mom and I up to the car wash and detailed the car to get all the dirt out of it. I was pissed. Because I'm like, really? Not only did you have to bring your filth with us, but now will you let it into my car? So I will never, ever, ever go on a trip with him ever again.
Oh,
Never.
probably not. So,
What
like,
does Craig think of all this?
Craig said that Ray's stories would harm viewership.
Wow, you
Ray's
caught me.
not that
Wow.
bad. Ray's not Rob bad. But with our luck, Rob will probably be like, "Why are you guys making fun of me?" It's like, well, you're bringing a pigsty, man.
Say it's only making fun of you if it's not true.
Oh.
That's the thing. This was all true.
Well, that's a lesson learned for old Rob then, isn't it?
And anybody else who wants to go on a trip with me, do not bring your filth or else I will leave you on the side of the highway.
There you go. Yeah, you're going to have to walk all the way from, like, oh gosh, Rocky Ford or La Junta or wherever in Colorado, and you're going to have to walk your ass back from southern Colorado back to Amarillo. But no, yeah, like my interactions with Rob are positive for the most part, but it's because like I've tolerated many people. I tolerate Craig, who's in the chat right now. No, I like Craig. He's been one of my best friends for a long time. I just say I tolerate him.
Right.
And then there's Ray, but Ray's been my friend for like 20 years. There's a good one. There's a good one. Okay, so many moons ago, I shared an apartment with this guy called Dan, and Ray was over, and we were just messing around, man. We were just goofing around, and Craig gives me like I think he gives me like the old attitude adjustment, and I land on, and Ray's sitting there. He's playing Onimusha. And he's playing Onimusha on this old CRT TV that's like on a dresser. And I bounce off this. I mean, like I was given an attitude adjustment onto this mattress, and I bounce. This was when I was a lot lighter and thinner back in the day. And I bounce, and I basically almost kick Ray in the head. He's like, "Dude, I'm playing Onimusha." Like, dude, oh hell no! Oh hell no! Ray has the best oh hell knows, and Ray will like talk about people and not give context. So Ray will be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I talked to this person earlier today at the drugstore, and I'm like, I don't even know who this person is, Ray. And then Ray will be like, you know, he doesn't give me context. He just doesn't say anything. But Ray's gotten better over the years, you know.
That's like starting out going one time at band camp.
Yeah, one time at band camp, I did this thing with a flute. It felt good.
I didn't go there. You did.
I did. It's unfiltered. But no, it was. Nah, there was one time where I was back in Iowa for a few weeks in the summer, and I took Ray up. This was after like I worked out on my legs with a good friend of mine who will probably end up being a guest on the show, Duke Cornell, who's on his final year of professional wrestling. But another story, another time. But right after I did this leg workout, because it was leg day, I ended up driving to the Mall of America with Ray. And Ray is, just pretend that I'm driving. I'm driving down the road. And Ray is like this. He's like looking at me the entire time and telling me about all of his friends, like just trauma dumping on me for 4 hours. But the great thing is that on the way home, it got out of his system, and he was pretty chill the rest of the day.
Nice.
So like, you know, you just got to get it out of him, and you know, he'll do that for about an hour or so, and then it's not too bad. Uh-oh. Did sound go out on you? So I was hearing like a fan, and then, okay. Uh-oh. Let's check you. I still got you on sound. It just ran like a fan, like got really high. Oh, there
we go. This program, when I did that camera thing earlier with the iPhone, it stayed on there for some reason. But then when I disconnected it, it clicked over to iPhone microphone instead of MacBook iPhone. So they really need to fix all this.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But no, that's one of my. There's a couple of my favorite. Another one of my favorite Ray stories it was at the same apartment, and we did a thing called the Basement Wrestling Federation, and we were so dumb. Like we didn't put down any mats or pads or anything. We were just on carpet. And yeah, I don't recommend it anymore. But no, I remember Ray was so crisp. It's like he trained his entire life for it. He gave me like a really awesome DDT, and then he gets up and he's like, "Ow, my chest." So we have the "Ow, my chest" DDT, and
so he didn't do it right, is what you're saying.
Well, he did it really well. It was just he hurt his chest, and then what I did is I was like, all right, Ray, I'm just gonna put you in like a small package. You're done. All right. I rolled him up in a small package, and then there was one time where he got really mad at another friend of ours, Adam Carter. And Craig's got Adam Carter stories. He's probably got better Adam Carter stories than me. But Adam was saying something to Ray, and it pissed Ray off. And mind you, this was back in the day of like MSN Messenger, Windows Messenger. And he's like, "I'm gonna make you tab at Day of Reckoning, bitch." I'm the ninja master. So it inspired me. Like, okay, so like there was like an old game called WWE like Day of Reckoning for like the GameCube, So that's what he was alluding to. He's like, I'm gonna make you tap a day of reckoning, bitch. I'm a ninja master. So it actually inspired me. Like I actually went back into those games. And I took his like creator wrestler, and I did an alter ego, and I called it the Ninja Master.
Right.
And he was like, dude, that's so cool. Like, so I took, I spun like one of his crash, like it was like one of these one-liners into like into a meme. So
Nothing wrong with that.
oh no, there's, I mean, it's just Ray. Ray is just Ray. I mean, and then but one of these days I'll just bring on Ray, and then he just talks about stuff. But like Craig said, it might harm the viewership. So yeah.
Well, if it brings views, why not? Go
Yeah,
no.
might as well. We bring in Ray. I love with Ray's like Ray, and Ray's not the greatest like as far as like typing things out. And I shouldn't talk too much because he was our first subscriber. He actually was our first subscriber on the YouTube channel. So yeah, good old Ray.
He'll go and click that sucker quicker than you can shake a stick.
Yeah. He'll unfollow and unsubscribe, but Ray. Oh gosh, I lost where I was going.
Ray. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Ray's been in the middle of a lot of exploits. Oh no, he's not a great typer. So like he tells me that he's like my system got bricked, or I'm having problems with my system. I'm gonna get a hold of Sony. And I can't imagine being that person that looks at the email and it's like, who's this guy? Who's this guy getting out to me?
Is this Russian? Is this French? Is this
very,
Chinese?
It is very like Ray is very simple.
Right.
Like it's like.
So him and Mari would get along, right?
No. Mari wouldn't even have tolerance enough for Ray.
Well, I mean, talking versus typing, I'm sure they could communicate in the same
With
speed.
how Mari talks so slow.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it would make a good match. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, no. Although it was really funny. We went to, I think it was like Craig and I. We might have went to like a rock concert one time, and we saw Ray there, and he has a girl next to him, and he's like, "Dude, this is my new girlfriend. She got with me because of my new haircut."
Oh, yeah. I do want to put a disclaimer out there. I don't know any of these people that you're talking about, so when I'm making jokes and everything, don't take offense. I don't know you. I'm just being witty and connecting one point to another. So, I don't actually know Ray, so I don't know his acuity. I don't know any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that whoever's listening to this, don't get offended because I don't know you. Okay.
Right.
And if I do offend you, it's unfiltered.
Yeah, and also if we're like we're making fun of our friends, it's out of love. It really is. It's out of love. We really love y'all. We just have funny little stories about you guys, and we love to share them with the internet because it is very, the things you guys do are very funny, or it can be disgusting to where it's funny, like to where we could be disgusted at first. But at the end of the day,
no, I'm still disgusted.
Yeah, you're still disgusted. But at the end of the day, it's something that we can tell and we can laugh at. And at the end of the day, and we're not laughing at you. We're just laughing at like some of the stupid crap you guys do. And there's times where I do stupid stuff. I mean, Ed, you've done stupid stuff. Nobody's perfect. So, But I'm readily admit, I'll take my L's. Like, Craig loves handing me my L's.
Right.
And knowing Craig, he's got many stories where I've it's like, yeah, that's a Tyler L. So, and then Kale's got a few. So I mean, it's fine. You just take your good with your bad. And, I'm offended right now. 2 grown men.
What'd he say?
I'm offended right now. Two grown men hiding behind a podcast. Unprofessional. Craig,
Hey.
you're more than happy to jump on the pod. Oh
It's
shit! I
only
should have said pod because he gets mad whenever I refer to a podcast as pod.
Dude, jump on the pod, man. The pod's waiting
Jump
for
on the
you.
pod, man. It's cool. It's where all
Invasion of the
cool
Body
kids are at.
Snatchers. All the little pod people, you know? It's
Okay, all right. This is gonna be something that'll really get Craig going. So, okay, all right, Craig. I'm gonna call you out, my friend. I love you, but whenever we get on a Discord call, man, I'm always hearing that fan. We need to get you a setup, brother. If we can make a ton of money, like if we can make a ton of money someday, we will build you a setup. We will build you a cool setup.
at the most discounted price with the cheapest parts possible.
Yeah, we'll just fly out to Denver. We'll pick you up and we'll take you to the local micro center, and we'll make a YouTube video out of it. So there we go.
Say that you're not staying at the Drury Inn with me. Sorry, I learned my lesson.
Yeah, well, it's not so bad. I mean, Craig's given out worse, and he's been given worse, and has given out worse. So this is
Right.
This is bad for him.
I have one last. You asked me my favorite Rob stories. This one will blow your mind.
Sure.
So I had seen him sitting in the comic shops locally here before, and he paints miniatures. That's what he was doing at the time, and he's actually pretty good at it. And so I always saw him kind of just sitting in his own little corner. He always had these damn headphones around it, like this. He literally looked like this all the time. And so there he is doing his little painting. Well, he decides to start talking to me one evening, and I've got my girlfriend currently with me at that time. And we're talking, and then he starts making these jokes about kneecapping me.
What?
And kneecapping to hurt me. And I'm looking at him, and I'm gripping my arm tighter around my girlfriend. We were inside the store where we were at, but I'm just like, who does this person think they are speaking to me this way? And he said it about he said about 5 times during this conversation intro I had with him. So come to find out, he knew somebody else up there that I kind of had been talking to, and I looked at him and said, you better get a hold on your buddy there, because he just threatened me 5 times. And I said, I'm not okay with that. And so I guess he went and talked to him, and here comes Rob later on at some point. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm like, dude, you cannot talk to people that way. I said, it's not funny. I said, I didn't even know you, and you're talking about causing me physical harm. I'm like, that's how you get yourself hurt. And so that was my first instance with him. So if that tells you anything about any experiences I've had with him over the years, that pretty much defines everything. So
Pretty much
there we
where
go.
he's like, yeah, I'm gonna kneecap you.
Yeah, and he's
so
like,
weird.
he's sitting there talking out of nowhere. Oh, hey, like kneecap you, ha ha ha. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, who the hell do you think you are?
He knows who the hell he is. He's Rob.
Right. Well,
Anywho, Craig says, I don't need a damn setup. I need people to support my gaming stream, to pay my internet bill, my power bill. I know who he's channeling. He's channeling DarkSydePhil.
I'm just.
I really need that money. I really do need that money.
I'm thinking about the irony in that statement, Craig. You're talking about not needing money for a setup. However, you're wanting us to support your power and your internet, which goes to your setup. So I don't see it. I'm sorry.
He's emulating DarkSydePhil, and all right. So the best thing is his impression of DarkSydePhil is really pretty damn good. So this podcast doesn't seem real, to be honest. No one is begging for support every 2 minutes. Where are the support goals?
Well, I'm retired, so I don't need the money, but
Yeah, retired, man. And I just do this for fun. So, just a little bit of homework. You should check out a DarkSydePhil stream. Just don't go to his real channel. Don't support him. Go to the detractor channel called Raw Phil, and it just every 2 minutes
he begs. He asks for support. He's like, come on, guys. I'm like $100 away from the goal. We got to make it so I can wear this really silly hat or I could blow some bubbles. I mean, this dude is just a loser.
Why not?
And I mean, like one time, like he got caught choking his chicken on stream. It was part of a pre-stream, and he left his camera on. And like, I mean, he wasn't like you didn't see anything really like too bad. He was like, bobbing his head left and right.
But you knew what he was doing.
He was bobbing his head left and right. And then he goes like, and then he looks at like, and then he's like this, and then like his arm is going off like this. And I mean, and keep in mind,
that's almost like Peanut from Jeff Dunham. Peanut and that little stick.
Yeah,
that's
just
wrong.
doing that. And then after like about a few minutes, his head goes back.
Oh.
And then he looks at the camera and he's like, huh, camera was on the whole time, huh? And then he tried to deny it at first, and then like a day later, like because he got all this attention, because all these big internet like people were talking about him, he admitted to it. So yeah,
wow. That's just ignorant.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Man.
But, oh my god.
So when Craig was making that comment, he was emulating someone else, not talking about himself. Then this is gonna be the first time I say this. I'm sorry, Craig.
Okay, so Craig says, dude didn't even wash his hands after finishing. Just ran his hands through his hair. Disgusting. Oh, it's like the joke with like, it's like the people that like have like black hair, blonde hair, and then like there's this old lady with green hair. Like she's just like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
You gotta stop doing that. I'm picturing there's something about Mary. What's her name? She's like from Ben Stiller.
And
she's like, ooh,
like
hair gel.
Hair. Oh man, that's so bad. That's so bad. But, yeah.
Cameron Diaz. That's it.
Cameron Diaz. Yeah. Yeah,
that was the first XXX softcore I ever saw. One non-sexual scene ever.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't make movies like that anymore.
No, they make them worse.
But DarkSydePhil, like he used to talk a lot of crap on the internet, and I mean, because he was in the fighting game community, and he talked a lot of crap about a lot of people, and then when people like confronted him and said, hey, you need to knock it off, like Phil would just back down and just be this coward, and because it's Phil's world and everybody else lives in it. So like he used to post like YouTube videos and his gameplay wasn't really good. He was like this supposedly like this top like Street Fighter player, and dude, he gets waxed. I mean, this guy can't even play video games right. There's like many videos that are called like, this is how you don't play, X game. And then like there was like a part where he was a pretty racist, like he was anti-Semitic on one of his videos, and it just got really bad. And then the Goonie session was like, that was like he's just been posting L's ever since. Like he's like a lolcow, and that's what you define as a lolcow. Somebody that you define as like they're getting milked for laughs.
Right.
And just somehow the dude's married. He can't have kids, but he has a cat.
I'm not a lonely cat lady. That's all that comes to mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then the joke is his wife's downstairs crying. Oh no. Okay, so if you want the DSP lore guy, you get Carter. I think I can get some really good DSP lore people if we wanted to go down that of that rabbit hole of DarkSydePhil lore, or the one I really dived into, it's like a cesspool of grossness and just absolute just rancidness, is is Cyraxx, dude. Cyraxx is gross. And I'll show you a picture of Cyraxx just to give you an idea. So hold on. And then after that, we'll wrap her up.
So you said Cyraxx. I'm thinking Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, it's
And then you said cesspool, and I'm like, well, that can't be it.
no, it's not. But here we go. But yeah, here's Cyraxx right here. But he has a skullet, but he has like skull scratches because like things nibble at him in the middle of the night. Then I mean he's just deformed. So he's out of Akron. He's called the Goblin of Akron, and he thinks he's good at things. He tries to do music, he tries to do martial arts, and he's terrible at everything. And oh man, okay, all right. I'll show you something really quick, and this is too good. So he has he like before the guy passed away earlier this year, his main troll was Music Biz Marty, and Music Biz Marty is like is really he's kind of a lolcow himself, but he was really good at getting underneath Cyraxx's skin.
Oh, you think we're gonna get sued by Nintendo?
For what?
I just
No.
you know how anal they are.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hold on. We'll go to shared screen. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
And mind you, that was not a shout out to Nintendo. That was a call out to Nintendo.
Sure. Okay. So to provide you context, Marty, like Cyraxx starts Cyraxx is an internet tough guy. He's a keyboard warrior / internet tough guy. So he tells Music Biz Marty, "Well, pull up, I'm gonna whoop your ass." And then he has this he doesn't talk right because it's his mouth's kind of distorted. Because he's an extreme preemie. So he's like, pull up, Music Biz Marty, pull up, and I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass, bitch. So. Guess what? Music Biz Marty pulls up in Akron and gets an Airbnb a few blocks away. And Marty is at this Airbnb, he's streaming. And prior Cyraxx was talking crap to him. And so this is what transpires, and I have it on the stream. So he's just Marty is talking here.
What?
He's probably getting word that Cyraxx is about to show up.
Oh, here he is.
It's here he is. See, he's strolling
Come on by, buddy boy.
down this way. Yep, here he
Come
is.
on, Cyraxx.
And he almost manifests out of
Come
thin
on.
air. See, there he is. He manifests. Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop it right there. So he's like, "Who am I, buddy boy? Who am I?" And Cyraxx is like, "I told you you're not going to be here." And so he rolls up, and then Marty's like, "Come on." So dude, Cyraxx pulls up and just and Cyraxx is 4 foot nothing, and he rolls up on Marty, who's maybe 6'1", 6'2", and they get in a scuffle. Yeah, it's Cyraxx. Yeah.
Why don't you leave me alone, boy? What do you
Here's the good news. I don't see a damn bit of this.
Get the fuck out of here. You are, and run away now. Shut the fuck up.
Fine. You win. You
You
win.
can definitely tell who's watching
You
the
win.
stream. He's watching. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm painting the picture for Eddie.
Get up.
Okay, all right. So to give a little bit of a play-by-play, since I do a little play-by-play, is Cyraxx rolls up on Marty. He's like running down the street, and he's like, it's almost like slow-mo. He's like scurrying up to Marty, because like Cyraxx is like 4 foot nothing, and like they kind of do an elbow and collar, and then it goes off camera, and it doesn't show the fight on video. However, the video is it's really freaking funny, because you can just like your imagination runs wild because of all the sound and the noise in the background. And he's like, so Cyraxx is like, why won't you leave me alone, boy? And Marty's like, why won't you learn? And then so it gets to the point, I think it's where Marty pins down Cyraxx, like, you know, just old hammerlock, and just pins him down to the ground. And Cyraxx is like, please, let me out. I'm begging you, please. And then, you know, and then he's like, let me out, please. Ah! Ah! And like he's, and Marty's like, all right, get the fuck out of here. Who's the king? And because they're debating over the king of being the king of Akron. And Cyraxx is like, you are fine. You win. You win. And Marty shouts back like, okay, run away now and shut the fuck up. And then Cyraxx, so he's like, get up. And then Cyraxx runs away. And then he gets on stream. He gets on stream later, and he confronts Marty again. He's like, "You the best, Marty. You about killed me. You about killed me. But look at me, I'm still standing. You haven't got me yet." And it's so good. It's so good. I need to bring in one of these people. I need to bring in is probably either. I'd love to either get Base Shaman, who is like a Cyraxxologist. Or a guy called there's a newer VTuber by the name of John, and he knows his Cyraxx stuff, and it's all so good. It's so good. The Cyraxx lore is horrifying, but it is really fucking funny at the same time. It is so bad. But anywho, anything else you want to bring up for the good of the cause?
Just a quote I remember from the movie Boondock Saints.
It's a good movie.
With Norman Reedus and I forget the other actor, but wasn't he in Powder, I think. But anyway, the quote is, "Glass houses sink ships."
Glass houses sink ships, huh?
Yep.
Is that because I know of the loose lip sink ships and don't throw rocks at glass houses. I'm looking too far into it. I'm sorry.
You are, because you actually know the quotes, the real ones. But Rocco, one of the characters in there, he's sitting there goes, man, whoever he's talking to in the movie, he's like, man, you got to quit all this mix and match shit with all these quotes.
Oh, yeah. So before we go, Craig is a big fan of Boondock Saints, so he would know what you're talking about. Yeah. But yeah, well, I think that'll do it. That's enough, like, you know, making fun of DarkSydePhil, making fun of Cyraxx, talking about who we'd have on our podcast, ranging from Mari to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Don't forget Carmen.
And Carmen Electra, especially Carmen Electra. What you need to do is you need to buy like one of these like 6-foot cardboard cutouts and just have her in the background. Now your wife probably wouldn't approve of that, but it would be really funny. And then that's part of the lore. That'd be part of the lore. And Kyla would be like, Ed, what are you doing with this Carmen Electra stand-up? I mean, are you serious right now?
Say I'm not doing what Phil did.
No.
Anyway.
No. But that's so good. But anywho, yeah, I just want to thank y'all for popping in, checking us out. We went over our 90-minute mark, but 90 minutes, 2 hours. That's what we want to shoot for.
1 hour, 55 minutes.
Yeah. We overcame our scuff. I held down the fort. Ed held down the fort. It was good. We did great today.
Yeah. Good job.
Yep. Yay! Cool deal. All right. We are
Well,
going
thanks
to
for
rock
checking
and roll.
us out.
Yes. Check it. Don't forget to check us out on our Facebook page. You'll find that on our description below. We also have links to YouTube and Kick. So don't forget to like and subscribe. That would really, really help us out. Especially liking videos, commenting, or just, these are on
Insulting, whatever. Be nice. Don't be dirty.
Be like Bill and Ted. Just be excellent to each other. That's all we ask. But yeah, we'll be back. I think you'll be gone for the next few weeks, right? Next 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'll be back in 2 weeks.
Okay. So yeah, if it's
second Sunday from now.
Yeah, if it's not Sweeze, I'll bring in Rick. If it's or I'm holding it down by myself, I'll find someone. But it'll be good to see you in like 2 weeks. Enjoy your trip up to North Dakota. I mean, that's gonna be so fun. Tell me some fun stories. Or what you could do is you just you can give us stories about Rob. That'd always be a good one.
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. But like I said, thank you. This is the first time I've ever done a podcast, so it was. Well, we did the test, but this is actually going on the internet, and this turned out a lot better than the test. So we did something right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not where I was yapping like almost the entire time. And I can yap. I might as well be a VTuber at this rate.
Right?
No.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
All right. See you then. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back next Sunday. Just stay out of trouble, okay?